So let's talk about one of the trickiest, most subtle challenges in any kind of research. It's called the Hawthorne Effect. And more importantly, we're going to break down how you can see past it to figure out what your users are really doing.
Okay, to really get this, just picture it. You're at work having a totally normal day. You're in the groove, you're focused, and then you just get that feeling.
You glance over and, yup, there's your boss. Just watching. They might say something like, "Oh, don't mind me." But you do. You totally mind. You can't help it. And in that instant, everything changes.
It's totally automatic, right? Before you even think about it, your posture is perfect. Suddenly you're hyper-aware of your screen, your hands on the keyboard, every single mouse click.
And then the conscious brain kicks in. All of a sudden, you are the most efficient employee in the history of the company. You're flying through tasks with this newfound energy. You're not just working anymore, you're performing.
Well, that whole experience, that weird shift in how you act, it actually has a name. It's called the Hawthorne Effect, or sometimes you'll hear it called the observer effect. It's this deep-seated, totally human thing we do, where we just act differently the second we know we're being watched.
Now, this isn't just some funny story about The Office. If you're doing any kind of user research, this is a massive deal. It's like a giant wall standing directly between you and the truth you're desperately trying to find.
So here's the problem, right? It's like you're looking at two different users. On one side, you've got their natural behavior, how they really act when they're alone. But then, when you observe them, they start trying harder, they're way more careful, and this is the big one. They start trying to figure out what you want them to do. And this, right here, is the huge danger for us. The second the Hawthorne effect takes over, your data gets warped. It's not real anymore. The insights you're gathering are based on a performance, and if you make design decisions based on that, you could end up building the completely wrong thing.
So what do we do about it? Well, the good news is we're not helpless. We can't ever get rid of it 100%, but we can absolutely fight back and minimize it. So let's walk through a solid 5-point plan with steps you can start using right away.
Here's our game plan. We're going to start by creating the right environment. Then we'll cover privacy and how to design better tasks. After that, we'll look at how we can behave differently as observers. And it all leads to the most important piece of the puzzle, building trust.
All right, first things first. It all starts with the environment. Your number one job, before anything else, is to make people feel so comfortable that they forget they're under a microscope. You have to lower the pressure. And how do you do that? A lot of it comes down to the words you use. In a usability test, that one little phrase, "we're testing the product, not you," is like magic. It just instantly lowers their defenses. And if you're out in the field, make it super clear you're there to learn from them, not to grade them.
Okay, so they feel comfortable. Now, you've got to make them feel safe. People are so much more likely to act naturally when they know their actions and their opinions are going to be kept private. Confidentiality is absolutely key.
And just like before, you need to be super explicit about this. Don't make them guess. For a survey, pop in a clear statement about how their responses are confidential. If you're recording a session, tell them exactly who is going to see it, just our internal team for analysis. That reassurance goes a long way.
Next up, the task itself. This is a big one. Think about it. The more authentic and true to life your tasks are, the easier it is for a participant to just get lost in the activity and forget you're even there.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? Asking someone to find a birthday gift for a friend is something they might actually do. It has a goal, it has emotion. Asking them to count the images on a site, that just screams, "I am in a test," and pulls them right out of a natural mindset.
Okay, guideline number 4, this one's a little tough because it's about us. Our presence alone changes things. So the goal is to basically become part of the furniture. You need to channel your inner nature documentarian, present but not intrusive. So what does that look like in real life? Well, in a field study, it literally means taking a step back. Give them physical space. In a moderated test, once you've given the instructions, be quiet. Resist that urge to jump in and help. Every little nod or aha can accidentally signal what you want, and that's exactly what we're trying to avoid.
And you know, all these guidelines, they're really all pointing to this one final, crucial thing, building trust. When a participant sees you as a real, empathetic person and not some scientist in a lab coat, they are so much more likely to relax and just be themselves.
And this doesn't just happen in the moment. It starts with the very first email you send. Use warm, respectful language. When they're with you, check in on them. And for longer studies, remember that trust takes time. You'll be amazed at what happens in session 2 or 3. That's where the magic really happens and the guard comes down. So when you bring all of this together, you're doing more than just following a checklist. You are actively changing the entire dynamic of your research. You're getting closer and closer to the real user.
At the end of the day, this isn't just about ticking boxes on a research plan. It's all about the outcome. The whole reason we fight the Hawthorne effect is to get those genuine findings. Because those authentic insights are what lets you build things that people will actually love and use in their messy, real lives.
So I'm going to leave you with this to chew on. Now that you know that the simple act of watching someone can change everything, how is this going to change the way you observe? What's one thing you're going to do differently next time?